Good afternoon. So, welcome anyone watching our EB in the Heat podcast. We are very excited for this topic, as I know is such an important matter for our members. So, we are very lucky enough today to have both Hayley Salisbury and Dawn James from Birmingham Women's and Children's Hospital, our EB nurse specialists. And we are very lucky to have one of our own members on the call today, Mariam, who will also be in conversation. And we've got our own Karen Thackeray from Deborah, who is also going to be on call. So I will hand over to you guys.
Hi.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Mariam.
Hello, Mariam.
Hey. Dawn. Hi, Abby. So I'm Mariam. I have dermal license junctional. I Birmingham. I'm 20 years old, actually, almost 25. With quite some experience with EB, but we are here with Dawn and Abby, which they are EB specialist nurses based in Birmingham, and we're just going to ask them questions about heat and how to manage EB with the heat.
Okay, it's great.
Brilliant. Yeah.
So, obviously, in the summer months, it can be lots of time of fun, happiness, wonderful time. You can have holidays. It's warm. It's very hot, but it can be like that outside and inside. Funnily enough, we're going through a heat wave at the moment. So the UK is going through that at the moment. But it also can be a time when it's really uncomfortable, hot, sticky. But it also can be dangerous, so you have to be careful. So, but when you've got EB as well, you can also lose fluids through your blistering because you blister. You can also, if you've got open wounds, if you wound, you can lose fluids that way. And also, if you've got blistering in your mouth and it's causing pain, or you've got pain anywhere, you're not going to drink as much or eat as much, where you can have fluids from some of the foods you've got because of the pain. So that's also to be aware of. So it's good to have little and often drinks and fluids when you know that's an issue, when particularly you've got a sore mouth. So one of the things that we noticed, and that's right, isn't it, Hayley? In the summer, when it's warmer, we notice that many families ring us because their children and young people have problems with itch.
Yeah, we do. We get a lot of problems. So a lot of children and parents ring us regarding itch around their EB and what we can do. So I'm sure Mariam's had experience of that as well. So certain things we advise really is to put some of the creams into the fridge as well. So that can really help to soothe the skin and just give that little bit of coolness. So that's one of the things that we would advise. There's also lots of different itch medications as well, so we can go through that with the parents to see if there's anything else we can try with them. There's also air conditionings and things like that can really support a child or family that's suffering in the heat as well, so to cool that skin down, that temperature down. So I know that a lot of families have got those from Deborah as well, so that's something that you can do. There's lots of different other techniques as well to use. I'm not sure if Dawn's got any more that we can, or if you've got any, Mariam, have you got any things that you use?
Honestly, yeah, many people, parents especially, wants recommendation from EB specialists on how to keep cool in this heat. But because the EB skin can get really, really painful and also uncomfortable during the heat, especially during a heat wave like this. And what I found that helps really well is to drink lots and lots of ice cold water, not just cold water, but like having ice in the water, and also keeping bottles of cold water in the freezer for a while, and then taking them out and kind of keeping them on your body wherever you can. It can be very hard to find out where to put it. If you have like links and stuff, but like if you have any areas where you have less dressings or less wounds, can be very helpful to put it there, especially in the neck area. Or like if you have a fan on, or like multiple fans on in heat like this, you can put like ice cold water in front of the fan. That helps a lot too, actually. So that's a really nice trick. Yeah.
Yes. So we've put in we wouldn't recommend you put ice cold water, but you can use ice cubes.
Yes.
So if you put some ice cubes in a bowl in front of the fan, then the fan, when it's blowing, will blow out cooler air that way. And you can get those frozen cubes that are in those plastic containers as well, and you can freeze those, put those in a bowl in front of the fan, and that will be blowing out some cool air. Another way to help with itch as well, and to also keep you cool, is to, like what you've been saying, Mariam, is to freeze the bottle in the fridge, and then you can pop it on areas, but wrap it first in something like a dressing, like a piece of cloth or soft cloth, rather than putting a direct cold bottle on you. So you've got like a piece of cloth over it first, so that it's still cold, but you've got some protection over the bottle, and place it on the area that's either itchy, so you've got it, so it's going to cool that itch, or you've got, when to keep you cool as well, you've got your points on your wrists as well, where the pulses are, so that will help cool you down. So if you're feeling too hot as well, so I'm doing two things here: help with itch, so your itchy points, but also your cool points, so keep you, to cool you down as well. So sticking with itch, you can with your clothing as well. So if you've got labels or edges of clothing, particularly with the younger children, they will use those to scratch themselves with as well. So making sure that those are covered or removed so that they can't use those, and pat them. You can pat instead of scratching.
Yes.
Yeah. And if they, like, some of our families have the ichthyosis type of EB, the ichthyosis type with the blistering, they need to use a lot of emollients, and they use the greasier type. So may need to switch over to a cream during the hot weather. Okay, otherwise the greasier type will make you feel more hot and sticky. So switch over to a cream, but it may mean that you need to put the cream on more often, because it doesn't stay on the skin as long. And it may make you feel less hot and sticky as well. Avoid the hot baths, hot showers, avoid them. Make sure your baths and your showers are a lot cooler. And you know your gel packs that you can get?
Yes.
You can get your gel packs.
Very helpful, yes.
Yeah.
That's good.
Those are very helpful as well, yeah.
They are.
I also think one thing that I personally have experienced is that when I scratch my skin, my wound, heat starts to radiate from it as well. So one thing I've noticed, especially this year, is when I scratch my skin, is heat radiates from my skin, which makes it feel even hotter. So especially try not to scratch. Like, I know that's absolutely, like, it's so hard. One of the hardest things is not to scratch when you have the urge. But try your best not to, because it will just feel hotter. It will just feel warmer. And again, just one of my tips as well was just wrap a ice cold bottle with some cloth and just put it on the area, and it will soothe it.
And it will soothe it,
have those ready to go in the freezer, and that will be very, very helpful as well.
You could try those gel packs that you can get, and maybe cover that and put it on.
Just heat packs. There is also cold packs as well. That will keep you cool, and it's one other thing that's really important to also can avoid. It can minimize the itch. Would be to keep hydrated. So I think that's really important as well. I'm wondering if you guys, if Hayley or Dawn, need to have any advice on how to keep hydrated in this heat.
Yeah, so we recommend that you make sure that you drink little and often. So if you've got sore mouth and you find that difficult, make sure that you drink little, as much as you can, but often. Okay. And what you recommended is keeping a bottle of water
Yeah.
frozen in the fridge is a good idea.
Yeah, very good.
Because you can take
also,
it out the fridge and let it slowly melt, but you've got cold water to drink as it's melting, and it will melt quite quickly in this heat, won't it, Hayley?
It will, definitely.
Yeah.
And other things you can do as well is the advice really is to stay out of the direct sunlight as well as much as possible. So between those hours that are really hot, between 11 and 3 really, if you can try and stay out of the sun, and in the shade where you can. So it's difficult to do that, but just to try and remain in a shaded area, and also to wear a hat if you have got a hat as well, that can protect you from the sun as well. It's really important to do that.
Yeah, take out an umbrella. People think umbrellas are just for when you go out in the rain, but no, you can take your umbrella out and put that up if you do have to go out in direct sunlight, just to pop to the shop, or you've got that appointment you need to keep. And you haven't got a wide brimmed hat, or take it out with your wide brimmed hat. Take your umbrella out as well and pop it up and protect yourself from the sun. Wear your sun cream as well. Make sure you've got your sun cream, and plan your route. Make sure if you have to go out, do you have to go out? And plan your route. Make sure you know where you're going. If you do know that you have to make stops, where your stops are. Does your stop have facilities where you can adjust your dressings if you need to? Does it have aircon? Does it have a toilet, a nice clean toilet that you can use? Is it somewhere where you can actually top up your drinks or buy drinks? So plan your route.
Yeah, other things as well, lots of fruit and vegetables as well. They're full of water as well, so they're really important to have, and they can benefit you as well. And if you have a gastrostomy, so if you've got any a food, so a PEG or anything like that, it's to try and keep that topped up as well. So we know some of our patients with EB have gastrostomy, so it is to make sure that they're having regular tops up as well through that, through the day when it is really hot. It's really important.
Yes, yeah, and the main thing would be to stay indoors. Try not to leave the house in this heat, because it's going to get so much worse if you leave the house.
Yeah.
Stay indoors if possible.
Yeah.
Yes, we would advise that as much as you can, and especially those really hot times of the day. Just to try and avoid it. I know it's difficult, but just to try and avoid it when you can.
And if you are indoors, and if your house is warm, try and find somewhere in your house that is cool. To keep your house cool, you can shut your blinds or your curtains, close your windows, to keep the warm air out, and you can have your fans on, but make sure your fan's moving around as well. Don't have it directly on you. And just keep that area cool, so you can all be in that area. Also, if you've got electrical appliances on that don't need to be on, turn them out, because they actually generate heat as well. So yeah, those are little things that you can do. And then another thing that you can do is get a bowl of water, because they're all in the shops now for the little ones to play in the garden with, blow up paddling pools. Have a foot spa, with a cool water in, and just have a foot spa. That will help cool you down as well. And those little spray bottles that you can get, really made for you to, mist your plants. You can have one of those to mist yourself with. Just fill it with water and mist yourself with it. That will help keep you cool as well.
Yes, that's a very good idea. Actually, just randomly just spray yourself with water, especially your face and neck area, if possible at all. That's a very good idea.
Yeah. I mean, they do sell the bottles, the cans with the mist spray in, which comes out as a nice fine mist, but you can actually make your own as well with a little bottle with some water in it and spray.
Yes. And just keep hydrated. And if you're struggling to keep hydrated through water, eat fruits that has lots of water in it, and make sure it's in the fridge. A personal favorite of mine is watermelon. Has lots of water, lots of hydration. And that's one of my favorites. Strawberries, watermelon, just melon, and those can kind of motivate you to get more in you, because they're flavorful and tasteful as well. So
really good.
Yeah.
Make like smoothies, make like juices out of them.
Yeah.
Very, very hydrating and also nutritional.
And you can make it fun for the children as well. You can
Exactly.
ice lollies, you can make them into, freeze them, so make yogurts and freeze them, and so they can have frozen yogurts that they can suck to get that down them, particularly if you're struggling. And also just frozen drinks, just to help soothe them, particularly if they've got blisters in their mouth. That will help soothe the blistering, and they can suck on an ice lolly as well, and that will get some of the fluids down them as well. And also make sure that the food is light as well, so nothing too heavy, particularly when it's really warm out like it is now. And you want to make sure that you're not having something too heavy. So soups or something light to eat, and make sure your clothing is light, so you're not wearing clothing that's going to make you even feel more hotter as well. So lighter clothing, things like bamboo, cotton, silk even, but nothing tight and restrictive.
So like besides clothing, what adjustments should be made to wound care and dressings during this hot weather?
That's a good one. So so a lot of the dressings some of the dressings are quite thick and padded, aren't they? And obviously it can make you feel more sweaty. And obviously you cover your dressings with a conforming dressing to keep it in place. So you can, if you can, because some people haven't got that option, but if you can, adjust your dressings to, if you've got an area that needs the padding, and if you can do it, adjust the padding so it covers that area, and then cover the rest of you with a thinner dressing, if you can. That's
a very good idea.
Do. And then look at your other areas of where you need your dressings, and see whether if it's possible to cover your wounds with a lighter dressing, if it's possible to do that.
Yeah.
And
very,
also,
very helpful
if you
advice,
and also look at your wounds and see, well, do I need to wear a dressing here? What am I doing today? Am I going out? Do I need a dressing in this area? And if you are not going to be doing anything that requires protection, where you need to, if you have no wounds but you wear dressings for protection but don't need to do anything where you're going to have trauma, maybe go dressing free for a while. But if you know you're going to go out and you need that protection, then yes, wear your protective dressing. But if you're not going anywhere and you do not need to wear your protective dressing, then maybe think about whether you don't need to wear it.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, and also make sure that if you are going anywhere, of course, covered up to protect from any bacteria, anything like that, because you don't want to catch any infections while also dealing with it. That's very, very important, as you mentioned. And also, some people tend to layer some dressings. I tend to layer some dressings sometimes if needed. Like if there is somewhere that needs extra protection, try to avoid layers. Like if you can, if you just can put a thin dressings on and avoid the layer, especially during the heat. Just try doing that. That would actually help more than you can think.
Yeah.
And keep any creams and ointments that can be kept in the fridge, keep them in the fridge, because that would also be helpful.
Yeah. It'll be the creams, really, Mariam, that can be kept, that can go in the fridge. The ointments, not so much, but the creams. Okay.
Yeah, creams or anything that you wash your wounds with, if you have anything like that, and it can be kept in the fridge. Keep it in the fridge. It will be feel very good during dressing changes, trust me. And if you have an AC, keep an AC on during dressing changes, because a fan can be painful to on your skin, on your wounds when they're undressed.
Yes.
So have an AC, keep the AC on, because wounds tend to dry your wounds out and also dry your eyes out, because if you get issues with your eyes as well, be very careful with that, with having a fan on directly on you, because it will dry your eyes out as well.
So we always have the fans oscillating, and you can always adjust the level, so you can always have it on low. If it's very, very hot, you can always have it on low.
Mm-hmm.
And the fan, you can always have that on low, and you can have it oscillating.
Yeah, have it oscillating, have it on low. Be very, like, put lots of eye drops in your eyes just to keep them from getting too dry. Like, it's just lubricating eye drops up the dose, so that you keep your eyes moist. Because from experience myself, my eyes do get very, very dry
Mm-hmm.
from the fan. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's very important. Yeah. But that's very good advice in terms of the dressings and stuff, because that can be a very, very big issue for people. It's
Yeah.
very uncomfortable getting sweaty and getting it, that causes more itch and everything.
That's true.
So,
And you may find
yes.
that you may need to change your dressings more often in the heat.
Exactly.
Yeah. So making sure that you've got them prepared, because the last thing you want to do is spend ages having your dressings done when you're feeling hot and bothered. So if they're all cut ready, prepared, once you've had your bath or your shower or your wash, then all you've got to do is pop your already prepared dressings on, because they're already cut and prepared.
Yes, exactly. And make sure to, during dressing changes, to sip on water, drink water, because that will help cool you down during dressing change as well. Like,
Yes, don't forget
have
to
ice
drink.
water with you. Yes.
Yeah.
You sip on water, like small sips at a time, because some people are not struggle with drinking a lot at a time. So sip on, like, take small sips at a time. It will help cool you down, especially if it's ice cold water.
And also the carer, whoever's doing the dressings with you, needs to have a drink as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Some of your dressings, some of the dressings as well can go in the fridge. So those with the gel dressings. Yes, the gel dressings. So some of our families who have simplex, people with simplex, will have gel dressings that can go in the fridge, particularly if they're going to put them on their hands or their feet. And that can cool, when they put them on, it provides that cooling feeling when they pop them on. So the gel dressings can also go in the fridge for a bit.
Okay, that's very, very helpful. Actually, I didn't know that myself. So that's very helpful advice. Yeah. Yes. One other thing that's actually very important that can be helpful for actually the carer and the patient, unless advised otherwise, I think it's very good to have those electrolyte sachets available, especially if you have been told you get dehydrated.
Yeah,
to have electrolytes available, that could be very helpful as well.
If you've to drink water, or you can have your drinks. If you know that happens, make sure you have your drinks, have water nearby, or have your electrolyte drinks nearby if you know that's what happens to you. If you've got as Hayley's already said, if you've got a gastrostomy tube in, or even a nasogastric tube, because I know there's a handful that have those, your dietitian would have had a plan, given you a plan already of what to do in the heat and how much to give, extra top-ups to have when the weather is very, very warm, or when it's very, very hot. So make sure you follow those as well.
Yeah, make sure you always follow advice from your dietitian, from your consultant, before you add anything into your drinks and everything, of course. Because I know electrolytes can be, some people, it's not recommended. Some people, I personally have had it recommended. If you have low sodium levels, because with EB, it can be normal to have low sodium levels. So just make sure that you have it recommended before you actually take them.
Oh, some great tips there. I've written down lots of different things. One of the things I've written down is plan ahead.
Quite a
lot of the things that you were talking about, either plan ahead because it's coming up to the summer season, or when you are in the summer season, like taking time to plan your journeys and your trips out, things like that. Quite a lot's come up as well about fans, possible aircon units and cooling products. So for anyone listening, I would say, please remember that Deborah is here. We're here to help you. We've got grants available if you'd like to put an application in for items that might help make things a little bit easier, then please do get in touch. And obviously sometimes we get questions that come into us, which is then we can refer over to the EB specialists such as Dawn and Hayley. So it's probably the most talked about topic, I think, is managing in the heat. The heat is very, very tricky. So we are really pleased that we've been able to get this time together. I'm sure there'll be lots more comments that we can take from members at another time. We'll just collate questions and answers and build on this for the future. And